Uh, 11 o'clock. Let's see. I am John Lee with St. Louis Real Estate Investors Association. What is today? Friday, September 17th. Okay. I don't see Kathie. She's supposed to be here, but I haven't talked to her all week. So we'll see what happens here. If not, we'll visit anyway. Let's see. I know there's a lot going on. Hi guys. Good to see you. Hello, Bruce. Hey, Stevens. There's Dave. How's everybody doing?
Hello, how are you?
Doing good. How are you, Ann?
Great.
Good. Good to see you. Or good to see your name.
Hear me.
You sound like you're smiling.
I am smiling. Can't you hear it?
I can feel it. Yeah.
Beautiful fall day.
Oh, it's as good as it gets, isn't it? Yeah, come on in. Good to see everybody. There's Laura Lennington. How are you, Laura?
Hey, I am good. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm good, John. How are you?
Doing great. Doing
Good
great.
deal.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Yeah. And good to see everybody. Laura, let's see here. Kathie's not here. I don't know. I assume she's going to be here. I guess I could send her a note real quick. So, but let's see here. A lot of things going on, and a lot of good things. We got our first in-person meeting starting Tuesday, and we're in our new in the new building, the Moolah Shriners facility. Kind of looking forward to that in the Oasis room. I have not personally been there, but I will be there early on Tuesday to help get everything set up. It'll be our first hybrid meeting, which will be kind of exciting. Looking forward to that. The groups around the country that have done that have had really good success. There may be some technical difficulties, but you know what? We're all kind of used to that, I think, now anyway. Even the technicians have some difficulties, it looks like. So, yes.
Yeah, John, I'll give Lloyd a text and see if he's going to get on.
Yeah, it's okay. All right. We're good. I'm gonna go ahead and send Kathie a message too, I think, while we're sitting here. And if anybody wants to say something, feel free to unmute yourself and say hi. Anybody work on anything that special they need help with? Or
hey, John.
Yes.
This is Lois Scudero. Yeah, I've got something I just want to ask everybody if they're experiencing the same thing. I just had a tenant move out and now I'm trying to re-rent the property. And I'm getting a whole bunch of people that are applying that I have told them over and over again what the requirements are. And they're coming back with evictions and very low income. So I'm thinking maybe this is because the eviction moratorium is over now. Is anybody else experiencing the same thing?
Well, I'm getting the same thing, but it's just like beforehand. You just got to screen people the best that you can. Oh, this is
Okay.
Harry.
Okay, I've just never experienced this before with my other properties at this extent.
I don't know. Anybody else have any experience recently? I personally don't.
This is Dave. I don't know that I've seen a big difference, but I mean, we're still getting them. I just did an application today where they were just evicted, and you know, and that's in part of the application process. They have our screening criteria, and they just do it anyway. I think they don't believe that we're going to actually check on them, do the background check, but yeah, we're still getting those. Did, like I said, one today and one yesterday that they're either in the process of being evicted or they've been evicted. So like I said, I guess they don't think we're going to check on them, but we do.
Imagine.
Exactly.
Yeah. If you're renting houses, ask for previous utility bills, because the utilities aren't allowed to shut the services off. And that could be an indicator possibly to where someone hasn't filed the eviction stuff yet, but they're not paying their utility bills. And that could be a big red flag. I've seen that quite a bit also, because in the city, they won't shut the water off. So if they're in a house and a tenant might be paying that, or if they tell you, whatever the story is, but look at the utility bills. And if you see astronomical balances, that can be an indication that they're not paying the rent either, because they know they won't be shut off.
Okay,
Oh, that's
thank you.
great.
Thank you very much. We'll get back. We'll get to that in a minute. I think Kathie just came in here. Kathie, good to see you.
Hi, everybody. I know you're going to see me on Tuesday, so I don't want to take up too much of your time today or use up all my material. But I hope everybody's doing well. And I just wanted to pop in and say that, things are, we still don't know what is going on from one day to the next, just like usual. We had our trial yesterday with our crazy sovereign citizen person. And the judge took it under submission because they don't like to make those announcements from the bench that they lost because it can get ugly. But we're expecting to get that judgment any minute. Our judge in the county is really getting into the swing of things. He asked us if in unlawful detainers, if he could let us execute sooner than 10 days. And we said, well, yes, you can. So we don't think there's going to be any stay there. We hear that the City Board of Aldermen is going to pass an eviction moratorium similar to the one passed by the county, which is basically the same as the old CDC one, and they have to have a declaration. The county one doesn't go into effect until the 23rd next week, and we're still processing evictions. And again, they have to file some kind of declaration. And if I'm correct on this understanding, because I've heard it a couple of different ways, the money that they currently have for rental assistance expires the beginning of October. So I don't know what these declarations are going to say about applying for assistance if there's no assistance. So, and I also think that the presiding judges, the new presiding judge in the county and the presiding judge in the city, are not going to be inclined to allow the county council and the board of aldermen to tell them how they can run their courts. So we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll know more on Tuesday when I see you guys then. So I'm going to hop back off and see you soon. And I hope everybody's well.
Thank you, Kathie.
Oh, and I'm going to tell you one sad announcement. I want to say I appreciate all your thoughts and prayers, but my dad did pass away a couple of weeks ago.
Oh,
Yeah, well, he had a great life. He really did.
mhm.
His obituary was in the paper last Sunday, if anybody wants to look at it. Bernard Davis. He was an amazing doctor and researcher and scientist, and we miss him a lot.
Oh,
But
well,
we have that consolation that he really, didn't waste his life, if you know what I'm saying.
yeah.
So-
Well, our thoughts and prayers go to you, Kathie.
Thanks. I appreciate the fact that you guys have had my back throughout all this. So
Yeah.
I'll see you Tuesday.
We will. We look forward to it. Can't wait to see
Okay.
you in person again. Thank you.
Thanks.
Great.
Bye.
Bye now. Wow. Okay, well, so let's see where we were talking about the applicants that weren't as desirable maybe as we would like. Does anybody else have anything they would like to say on that? Okay. Anybody have anything else they'd like to say? Anybody got anything they want to buy or sell or anything?
John, on the meeting on Tuesday,
Yes, sir.
I think previously when we were still meeting, I've got an associate that would like to know more, and he wanted to come to that meeting. And do I remember correctly, is the first meeting free?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
so he could come to that very first meeting, and then does he register there at the front desk, or I can't remember the setup.
Yes, we'll have a place for him. It'll be pretty easy to find. This is our first time there, Stephen, so we'll make it as easy as possible to find everybody.
Okay,
So
super, thank you.
yeah. And just look for everybody eating the Ted Drew's frozen custard.
Okay, all right.
While it lasts, I do have to say it's for the
Okay.
first 75. So make sure you get there early. We'll have time for networking and we'll also have time to set up our virtual meeting is our plan. So yeah, a lot of us will be there early.
Okay, thank you.
So thank you. Yeah, invite your friends, your business partners. You know, we don't really know what we're going to have. Typically, there's not as many people showing up at some of the meetings, from what I've heard. You know, the ones that have opened up live, but you never know. I know our group's a little bit different than a lot of the groups out there. So, okay, let's see. Mary's got something that looks like for sale here. 4-bedroom condo to sell in Hazelwood. Mary, can you unmute yourself? You want to tell us about that? Maybe she can't unmute herself. Okay, well, if anybody, you want to put your contact information in there for us?
No, I'm here. Can you hear me?
There you are. Yes.
Okay. Yes, it's a 4-bedroom condo, 1.5 baths, no basement, 1,250, so I don't know exactly, but 1,200 and maybe 60 square feet, and no basement. It was one that was an eviction, and I finally got the people out of it, and I just wanted to go ahead and sell it. So I was just letting someone know. I know there's one right now out there on the market. A little bit, it's only a 3-bedroom, and they got it out there for 85,000. I was only asking for 53 for mine.
You're asking 53? Okay.
Hey, Mary, this is Laura Lennington. I'd love to reach out to you about that property. Do you have a phone number?
Yes. Let's type it in here right quick.
Got it. Thank you. And you said it's currently vacant.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
And I can give you the address of one that is out there on the MLS if you want to look at it. It's kind of designed like that. It's the one that's 3-bedroom, but it's basically the same design. Now, of course, this person has done work on theirs, and I had a person in there that I evicted. You all know that story. You know, it looked like one thing when they moved out and something else. You know, when they moved in and something else when they moved out. But there's one at 7408 Hazelwood that you could no, it's not Hazelwood, it's Hazel Crest.
Hazel Crest?
It's Hazel Crest.
Okay.
Hazel,
Okay.
now that's not my address. That's the one that's on the MLS right now.
Oh, okay.
So when I put mine is 7638.
Okay. 7638 Hazel Crest. Okay.
Property is and plus they I think they lost their key and they finally got a place to rent, and they broke up the window to get in.
Oh.
So they had left something in there that they wanted, but lost the key to get back in there. So they broke the window to get in.
Okay, thank you, Mary.
Yes.
Excellent. Let's see. Anybody else have anything they would like to share with us? Anybody looking to buy something or got anything for sale?
I'll jump in if that's okay.
Yes.
Sorry. Hey, guys. All right. Well, my phone keeps falling over. All right. Hey, everybody. Okay, so for those of you who don't know me or recognize me, I'm Laura Lennington. I'm known as a wholesaler, and I've presented to the group several times, and I've been on several meetings. And I'd say over the past year plus, people from this group especially have started coming to me with investment properties that they own that they would like to sell, potentially off market or in one way or another. And I'm just totally excited about how many people from this group specifically that I've helped. And I just had a closing a couple days ago with another investor I met through this group. So I wanted to jump on, make sure everyone knew who I was. knows how to get a hold of me. If you've got any investment property that's sort of a thorn in your side or an ugly baby, or if you know of anyone who's got an off-market property to sell and it's maybe something you're not interested in, hey, I'd just love to have a conversation with any or all of you about opportunities for us to work together. So I'll put my name, phone number, and my email in the chat. And again, I'm not even bragging. I've had great success with people in this group for some reason. And so I just want to keep reaching out, keep the momentum going. And that's it. If anybody's got any questions, reach out to me on this call or any other time. And I have options beyond wholesaling as well. I help people in a lot of creative ways. I know the best of the best investor-friendly agents in the area. So I'd just love to hear what you guys got going on and see if there's any way we could create a win-win situation. So that's the deal, guys. Thanks.
Thank you, Laura. Please put your contact information in there. And I will say, if you have anything that you would like to sell, Laura is your girl right there. She can take care of some problem properties. She takes care of good properties. It doesn't make any difference. And she has the network behind her too. And she does, she did a presentation for us a couple months ago. She does literally do wholesaling from the heart. She does everything with everybody's best interest in mind. I will vouch for that, good or bad. And she's not into it just for money. Obviously, we all got to make a profit, but this is not her intentions. Her intentions is to help. And I would highly recommend that. So yeah, if you could put your contact information in there for us, Laura, that'd be great.
I'm doing that now. And John, just thank you for the kind words. And I just want to speak to my network because, my network is what's beyond me. And it's just a real big secret to my success. And I've kind of been quiet over the summer because I've been growing my network in a very, very, very important way. And I'm just surrounding myself with just amazing people who work the way I work. And it's just really got me excited about the future. So thanks, John, for recognizing me for what you've said. And I just appreciate you guys. And I look forward to, doing business in any way we can.
Thank you, Laura. We appreciate you very much.
John, what's the address where we're having the meetings at now? At the new facility?
The address. knew somebody was going to ask me that because I don't have it. I'll get it right here for you though.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll put that in there. It's on Fifi. Yeah, they should have a small map on the website, but if you're like me, it's I don't read maps real well. I just need the address.
Didn't you send it out with the announcement to this meeting? I thought
probably. I don't. Okay. Here we are right here. It's 12545.
Hello.
Fifi.
My second Mary.
This is she.
Hi, Mary. This is Andre Penner Realty Exchange. So I'm gonna call with you guys.
Got a business deal going. You might want to.
What's the address?
Hey, Mary, we can hear you. You may
I'm
want
gonna
to
mute
put
you,
your phone
Mary.
on mute.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me.
There we go.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
Oops. Thank you.
All
Okay, let's see here. Okay, yeah, the Moolah Shriners building is 12545 Fifi. So probably best maybe to put it in your GPS. I don't know. It's really easy to find. I went by there the other day, well, a couple weeks ago, just to kind of drive by. It's got a lot of nice parking. We'll kind of be looking out for you guys. So there'll be some. Just look, like I said, just look for the Ted Drews. People eat the Ted Drews frozen custard. That's probably the easiest thing, but we'll be looking for you. Okay, what? Cipriano, you're looking for, let's see, a 2, but preferably a 4 family in Southwest or West City and Central Corridor. I want to live in one unit with daughter and rent the other units. I have a realtor, but I'm having a hard time finding any multifamilies. If anyone has access to multifamily, please call. Your number 314-504-4809. Our there's an email address, cipriano.medina@gmail.com. Also, I also do architecture, so I can be available to help with renovations. Okay. Well, if you'd like to unmute yourself and tell us that, you can. Cipriani, otherwise you can look in the chat. There's his information right there. So if anybody has anything.
Oh, no, I just thought I'd throw it in the text in the chat box because I think I have an echo right now with my laptop. So that's why I'm not talking, but
okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, great. Yeah, if anybody's got anything, please reach out. There's his contact information right there. Excellent.
Hey, John, I have a rhetorical question, I guess,
Yes,
or a
ma'am.
comment. So I did an inspection on a property this week, and I mentioned it last week that there was a mold issue in the basement. And so before I signed the contract, I had my real estate agent put specific words in the contract, but along the lines of the fact, because she went back and forth with the seller's agent to say that they would replace the drywall that had mold in it. So during the inspection period, I go over there with the inspector, and the seller had painted over all of the mold, very clearly had not removed any of the drywall. So several things in the house just weren't like plugged up. Like one of the toilets didn't have running water in it, so we didn't turn it back on, but I have a couple of things that we have to do a second inspection on. So just curious if anyone has run into issues. Obviously it's in the contract, so I will, make sure that they do what I put in the contract to remove the affected drywall, not just paint over it. But just curious if anyone on the phone has had issues with sellers doing things of that nature, trying to, in my opinion, get over and just do the easy thing. Because originally I asked for a credit so I could do the fix, and I knew, sometimes sellers don't do the right work. So I knew I would do it correctly, but they rejected the credit and said they wanted to work with their own people. Okay, that's fine. You want to work with your own people. So I put words in there basically saying I need receipts from the work that you've done, from the stores that you go to. And then when I went over there for the inspection, very clearly just painted over it. So.
Wow. Well, it sounds like you've been covering all your bases, Amber. I've never really had a problem back and forth too much. Does anybody else have any experience with a similar issue like Amber here that they'd like to tell us about? I think you're going about it the right way. You obviously are very knowledgeable about this, and you've got it in the contract. So it's just it sounds like one of those things where you're going to go back and forth, till you get it right, or you're going to, not do the deal. That's what it sounds like. So anybody have anything they want to chime in about with that? No, it sounds like you're the expert, Amber. So, yeah, mold's one of those things. The only experience I ever had with mold was underneath some, from underneath the sink, and then one time in the basement where there was some pipes that were leaking, and the guy that did that fixed it for me. He I don't know if he was a mold expert, but he said that the biggest thing was getting rid of the moisture first. Then they replaced it, and we didn't have the problem. It wasn't black mold, which I know is what the big issue is. And a lot of, especially the tenants, a lot of what I've heard anyway, they like to say everything is black mold. Sometimes when there's a little thing, and a lot of times it's from a leak that could have been prevented. But that's my only experience with it. I just know it's something you don't want to mess with, and you do want to make sure it's cleaned up and fixed, especially if you're planning on putting a tenant in the property. You do want to have that all taken care of before. That much I know. That's a little bit out of my expertise. All right. Anybody else have anything they want to say on that? Or anybody else have anything they want to buy, sell, or have a question with, or any kind of service also? Does anybody offer any service? I know David Soto was looking for some employees last time we talked. Or have you filled your positions, David?
Filled one. Yeah, we have our new property manager starts Monday, so that's a good thing. And we were holding off on looking for our business development manager until we got that position filled. So we'll start that up again after we get this new person in place. So he's not a real estate agent. That's probably part of his agreement to sign on, was that he's going to get his license. So that's a little bit of an issue with us. Not huge, but we'll have our feet on the street again in our office and all of that. So that's a good thing.
Nice. And what positions now do you still have there? Are you still looking for?
So in St. Louis, it's a business development manager.
Mhm.
As we're going to start that up again, and we have a part-time maintenance guy that he does a lot of our maintenance calls, so we don't have to sub it out. And he is looking to leave. He's got other things that he wants to pursue, so we're still looking for a part-time maintenance person. It's kind of really hard to do because part-time maintenance is not something that people are out there looking for. So, but we still have that position open.
Now, will this be like someone on call? Is that kind of how it's set up?
Not necessarily on call, but we get a work order. It'll be sent to them, and as soon as they can get to it, they get to it. If it's urgent, then we've got to find another source to get it taken care of. But so he has flexibility that during the day, and he puts in sometimes 10 hours a week. Sometimes he'll put in 20 hours a week. So that's kind of person that we're looking for.
Okay, excellent. So if anybody knows anybody, reach out to David. Do you want to put your contact information in the chat for us?
I can.
That'd be great.
If I could type.
Yeah, thank you. Anybody else have anything they want to buy, sell, service they offer? Looking for anything? You have a maintenance person they want to refer to Dave? Well, I got something else that I'd like to share, I guess with you. Some of you know my mentor, Robert Allen, wrote the original book, Nothing Down. One of his business partners, Tom Painter, you may know the name from many years ago. He put together a portal. They started a nonprofit company, and it's strictly for education. It's success and let's see what it's called, Success and Money Foundation.org. And there's a lot of good education is at absolutely no cost. There's nothing to sell. Their actual mission is for education. I'll read you their statement here. And I'll go ahead and I'm going to send it out to my group. I haven't done yet, but I'm going to send out, there's a portal that you can join, and it's got so much information. I listened to about 100 hours of education myself in the last 2 weeks. Their mission for the Success and Money Foundation is we teach kids, teens, young adults, and adults about money in a fun way. Our mission is to improve an individual's financial life. And the Painter Family Foundation and Success and Money Foundations are 501(c) nonprofit organizations. They are educational foundation only, and they do not recommend, sell investments, or give investing, financial accounting, or any other kind of advice. Obviously, you want to seek advice from your professionals. But it really is a good thing. If you have any children, grandchildren, or anybody else you'd like to share, they start off with really basic information. It gets pretty detailed. I mean, there's a lot of recordings. You may have heard some of them. I know I have in the past, but some of them is good refreshers. But some of the top educators in the world, besides Robert Allen, Mark Victor Hansen's on there. Then there's just others. It's just I don't know. There's probably, there's hundreds of hours worth of educational information. There's downloads, all kinds of stuff at absolutely no cost because it is nonprofit. One of the biggest things that Tom does, I talked with him last week, and him and his group, what they do is they provide eyeglasses and money for surgeries and all kinds of things to some of the more unfortunate people overseas, kids in particular that can't see, they have a problem with their sights. because a lot of them just need basic reading glasses. That's amazing how many thousands of people around the world could just, you know, live a better life if they could just see. So that's a big deal. I'll go ahead and put this together, though. I was working on that a little bit last night because we meet once a week with his group now. He just started meeting with the Inner Circle from Robert Allen, and he's promoting this. And I really think this is you know, you can meet live too if you'd like to meet live. It's Thursdays, and there'll be a link in there if you decide you wanted to sign up for that. But it's Thursdays at 4 o'clock our time, Central Time. And we do have people from all over the world that are part of our group. We have them from Australia. We have them from Europe, from France, Italy, just all over the place, Israel, and then of course, United States, Singapore. There's just quite a group, and it's just strictly on education. So, I mean, they're not trying to sell you anything, but it's just a great thing that you can share with people too. So I'll get that put together hopefully by tonight and get that sent out. So, and if anybody wants to know anything more about that, they can contact me. But that's just something I did want to share. Okay, David, you got your information here. Soto Property Solutions. Dave is 573-332-7686. And that's extension 303. And then david.soto@sotops.com. Thank you, Dave. Excellent. So anybody else got anything they'd like to share today?
John, do you still have your website where you're letting people put on what they want to buy or what they want to sell? Is that what that is? Both of those ways?
Yes.
Just selling property. Okay.
Yes. If you have something, send it to me. I'll be sure we get it on there.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we haven't been doing as much with it as I'd like to, but that's you know, just that's where we are right now. But it's, yeah, everything's good to go. I'm working on another part to the website too, Hour to Power. We just got that, and I'm going to put a lot of similar to what I was talking about with the education here. I'm going to put a lot of things that are, you know, zero cost to you, access to trainings and educations that we have. I've got quite a vault, quite a library of things, you know, that I've stockpiled and put together myself. And it takes a lot of time to put all that together, but we're going to be, you know, pulling that out over the next month or two, or the next couple of months, because I'd like to share everything. Because one of the biggest things I run into is, especially for new people and for veterans too, is there's just one or two things you may need to know that may be holding you back from what you're doing right now. And like what Tom Painter is doing here, this is some basic information he does, but a lot of times we need basic information just to get us to where we need to go. So that's one of the things that I've been working on, and we're gonna do that too. That's one reason I like what we're meeting here on Fridays too, because it's a great networking source. Since we were not able to go to Applebee's over the last, you know, year and a half, or what, you know, since they stopped, you know, kind of stopped that. This has been great. And actually, I think we've gotten a lot accomplished too, because it's every week instead of just once a month. So it just, you know, and you don't have to tune in every week. You can watch the replays too. The replays have been really a blessing for us in the long run too, because I know I've personally been involved with, you know, Zoom for, you know, for like 8 years now, or maybe a little over 8 years, but we never really utilized it like we could. And this has just been great, because we can stay in touch, see everybody live in person, even though we're not physically in person. And I think for the future, the hybrid meetings is the way to go. So I'm looking forward to that on Tuesday. Sounds like Kathie's looking forward to being our first guest back in person too. So Ask the Attorney night, if you can at all make it, please do. Please do. So.
John, yeah, I have a question. This is Ann.
Yes, Ann.
Yeah, what do you guys do for disposal of TVs? We just had a tenant move out, and there's 3 like the flat screen TVs. You know, of course, you cannot place them in the dumpster or the trash. And I know Best Buy, they charge like $30 per TV. You know, I know you can get rid of them that way, but are there any other means that you guys know about?
Well, you know, one of the things that I did in the past, which works, there's a lot of different things, but you could put ads in like Craigslist free. you know, free, something like that. You may or may not get somebody. I've had good luck with like firewood with trees that I couldn't have removed. But one of the things that somebody showed me years ago and worked really good, especially getting rid of furniture and stuff that's hard to get rid of, is put it out in front of the house and put a sign on there, free or $10. And people always take it for free. I mean,
Really?
I've had moldy couches. I've had, you wouldn't believe some of the stuff people, in fact, I used to say, I wish I would have set up a hidden camera to take pictures of what people would take, because they would take coolers without lids. They took moldy, you know, stuffed animal. You wouldn't believe the stuff that we've gotten rid of. And it was that simple. It was almost like a joke, but it's not a joke, you know, free or $10. So you may try that. I don't know. Does anybody have any suggestions? That's just, you know, for something like that, it is more difficult than it used to be because people don't use parts anymore.
Yeah,
I
that's
just-
an excellent
I
idea,
just-
though.
I just Googled St. Louis County TV disposal, and there's a bunch of places. They probably charge you like Best Buy does, but they might be less expensive than Best Buy. I don't know.
The other thing you can do, if it's depending on the size, is you can put it in a trash bag and put a tie on there and then put it down in the trash can, because they never open the trash bags. I'm not telling you to do stuff, but I've seen people put tires and all kinds of stuff, just put them in a big trash bag and put them on there. Nobody ever opens it up. And if you really think you're going to, dump some rotten eggs on it.
That's a good idea. Okay.
I mean, you could also maybe do a Google search for any local electronics recycling events. Because if I'm not mistaken, they usually take like a certain number of items like that for free. And then you can, you know, hit the minimum number for free, and then maybe give them a little bit of money to take any extra above and beyond that. So that's an option as well, because they'll dispose of it properly if you donate it through those events.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Laura. Yeah.
Great. Great tip. Okay, well, hopefully you can get rid of your TV then, Ann.
Three of them. Yeah, three of them, not
Three
just
of them.
one. Yes.
Oh. It is more difficult than it used to be. It used to be there was people that would refurbish TVs and use parts and things like that. But the way everything is now, we throw everything away and just get a new flat screen for, you know, $120, you know.
Yeah, that's yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you guys. That's all great information.
Yeah. All right. Anybody else got anything they would like to buy, sell, tell us about? Look, things they're looking for, things they're looking to get rid of. Okay, well, if not, I guess we'll get on with our day. A little bit early today, but I'm hungry, so I'm ready for lunch. I'll get the recording here up as soon as I can. Should be able to get it up by this afternoon, but if depending on Patrick's our webmaster schedule, he's on Eastern time, so sometimes he gets to it today, sometimes not. If you do want to see the replay before it's on the website, let me know. Just send me a note, and I'd be happy to send you a link, because I'll have it done by today. So. Good seeing everybody. We look forward to seeing you on Tuesday. Everybody have a great weekend. Last weekend of summer, so get out and enjoy it. It looks like a beautiful day. Keep
Thanks,
your
John.
smiles on, and thanks for showing up.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
I know.